Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Claire. I'm an intuitive, a coach, and a conscious creator. I'm going to try add a new action every time I say it. Last time I did this, and conscious creator. Okay, so what is a conscious creator? I kind of needed a term for like what I enjoy doing, which is creating content like art and music and videos and social media posts, all with the intention of sparking something in somebody, in their heart, maybe a little bit of light, a little bit of, yeah, a little bit of, that's interesting, or whatever. So, yeah, conscious creator. Today, we are talking about what you can do when you feel stuck. So, this is whether you feel stuck on your spiritual journey, on your personal journey, on your whatever journey. Like to me, it's all interlinked anyway. But yeah, maybe there are specific areas you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're feeling stuck in all areas. Let's talk about it. And I hope that something that I share today will bring you some hope or some tools or some an opportunity just to think about it differently or whatever it is. A reminder when I do my messaging, which it's kind of like my experience with intuition, with guides coming through, whatever happens in the recording. I never know what's going to come up. I've made a few notes of what I wanted to talk about, but sometimes it changes. But the reminder is this is my own experience, it's my own intuitive process. It may not be exactly right for you. That's not the purpose of it. So take it as you need to, leave what you don't need, and just honor your own journey and your own experience and your own intuitive insights in this process as well. Okay, so to start with, I feel like the most important thing that I always want to bring up is when we are feeling this feeling of being stuck, is finding what it feels like to us and actually bringing that into our awareness. I think sometimes we are trying to resist the the stuckness by either ignoring it, distracting ourselves, trying to push past it without having to acknowledge it, yeah, and just like powering forward. But there is like what I was just feeling now that I didn't even make notes on. There is a reason for being stuck. It's not there for no reason. I think that's the important part that I want to say. And we are being invited to become curious about why we feel stuck. So, is there a reason that we're stuck? Is it to give us more time? Is it because we're integrating lessons that have come up for us? A really beautiful visual that people often use and stuck often goes with transformation. I almost want to say always, but I'm not jumping the gun. It might not be that for everyone, but it's transformation. And the symbol that I'm thinking of is the symbol of the butterfly. And you may have heard of this whole thing of like, the butterfly starts off as the caterpillar, and it, like, the hungry caterpillar, it eats the leaves and all the other food, and then it goes into its chrysalis. I mean, people say cocoon, chrysalis, whatever, and something happens inside there. Now, it was interesting because I looked this up years ago because I was in a stuck space, maybe like 3, 4 years ago. Oh, which is scary because I feel in a stuck space again, but we'll talk about that just now. Um, and I looked it up and I kind of thought, and maybe this is me just not knowing something that everybody else knows, but I kind of thought the caterpillar just grew wings. Like he stayed his caterpillar self and then grew wings on his caterpillar. It's very biologically accurate. No, it's not at all. And then I looked up that he really doesn't. This is what I looked up now. I'm hoping that I'm right, but it's not about that. It's the biological accuracy is not important here. But I looked up and found that it actually dissolves within the chrysalis to become like mulchy goo. And then it slowly starts to rebuild itself into the caterpillar, which is super symbolic. And it's a reminder again that nature is always giving us messages, always, even when we are not sure that it is. Like It is. So the butterfly is a beautiful symbol and a beautiful message to us that there are times when you will be the mulchy goo, where you don't know what you're going to become yet. The transformation feels hard and it feels, and there's that word, the liminal space. We're in that liminal space. I had to look this up as well because I heard it like also, it was probably around the same time, like 3, 4 years ago, everyone was talking liminal space, liminal space. I was like, whoa, that sounds so magical. I didn't know what it was. Literally, the meaning liminal space is a space that's usually busy, but there are spaces where there, I might be wrong, this is how I understood it. There is space where there is no movement. So, like, all of a sudden, you see like an empty passageway in an airport and everything's happening, and then there's just like liminal space. That's the way I understood it. But the reason that that has stuck with me is because that's how it feels sometimes. It's nothingness. Liminal space, we're stuck. We're nothingness. We don't know how to move forward. We can't really go back. Sorry, I'm just knocking the table. We can't really go back, but we don't know how to move forward. And it's just uncomfortable. And sometimes surrendering to the goo of the liminal space, going, this is the space I'm in. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I've been here before, or I've never been here before, but I trust other people have been here before, and there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. Okay. And then moving forward from that, calling in support. You always have support and guidance from the love of spirit and people around you. If you maybe don't feel the support from people, maybe you're not in a space right now where people are what you're looking for. Maybe you're still waiting for the right people to provide that support. There is always support in spirit from the divine, from angels, from guides. You are divinely supported every second of the day. And a big feeling that I got when I came in here was Archangel Michael. I said this 2 readings ago, I am still pulling the protection card. I'm going to find it for you to show you on both decks. It's right at the bottom where I left it. This protection card is coming up over and over again. I won't pull the one from the other deck, but you can believe me that it's there. Let's see if I can show you as well. It was also right. This one was right on the top. You are protected. You are protected. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, you are protected, protected, protected. And the reason it keeps coming up in the stuck space for me, and maybe this is, whoa, there go all my cards. Maybe, sorry, maybe it's right for you as well, is that in this space, it can feel scary. It can bring up fear. We are being asked, and it's a hard one, we're being asked to surrender to the fear, to let the fear rise, to acknowledge that the fear is trying to keep us safe, but it's not always helpful. It's our human self going, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel nice. I just want to be in comfort. I just want to feel better. I just want to feel like I did before, or I just want to get to the goal. Okay. So calling in support, reminding yourself that you are divinely supported. So I'm going to ask you, if you feel comfortable, to close your eyes, to take your hands to your heart if it feels right, and to call in that support in whatever way feels right for you. Call in your guides, call in Archangel Michael. If that doesn't feel comfortable, call in whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe a past loved one, a grandparent, or an ancestor, a great grandparent, whatever. In this moment, trust that you know what you need and what guidance you need. And it can be one being, it can be multiples, it can be your own higher self. It doesn't matter. It can just simply be God. God, the creator of all, that encompasses every form of support. Whatever feels right, and welcome that in, and trust that you are supported, you are guided, you are held, you are protected, you are loved. You can keep your eyes closed if you want to. You can open them if you want to. I'm going to open them and carry on with the messaging. So what comes up then is, so we call in support. There's no order to where you do these things. It's not like step 1, step 2. It's, what do I need now? Do I need to allow the feelings? Do I need to call in support? Another thing is to engage in something that can help you to shift the energy, to keep shifting the energy so that you're not sitting just stuck. And sometimes that's as simple as going for a walk, going outside in nature, taking deep breaths, going for Reiki. I engage in a lot of like, I use music. Music helps me a lot. It shifts a lot within me. Seeing people that are supportive, conscious dance with music as well, voice work. So letting your voice out, letting yourself say what you want to say, sing, shout, scream, whatever feels good for you, giving yourself that opportunity to shift. And it's so funny because I say these things and they sound so obvious when I say them, but I myself will sit stuck and feel like almost that feeling of being in like stuck in the mud. And I'll be like, I don't know what to do. I have nowhere to go. And even the feeling of having to move from stuck to something else feels too hard. It's like, how am I going to get from stuck to going for a walk in nature when I feel so stuck? And I think sometimes that's part of the journey, calling in support, being your own support and saying, let's do this, let's keep moving, taking 3 deep breaths, like in that moment. Oh, whatever it is, again, like honoring your own journey and figuring out intuitively or logically what it is that you are feeling you need in that moment. Okay. And then another thing I wanted to mention is honoring the cycles that you go through. So what came up strongly for me as I came into this video was this thought and this feeling all over of like, why is it that I can feel stuck? And then I have these moments of like, I'm not stuck anymore. You may have felt this before. You can tell us in the comments if this resonates for you, because I'm curious if other people feel this, where you're like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not stuck. I know what to do. Life is awesome again. I'm out of it. I'm out of the woods. I'm done. I'm I'm on my way. And then like a few days later, or like a week or two later, or a month or two later, you're like, oh no, I'm back here again. How did I get? I thought I was fine. I thought I was out. And I want to bring up for myself and for you that this is so much a part of the journey of life. Honoring the cycles of stuck and free and everything in between. So I also like to see it as cycles of giving, receiving, resting, planning, organizing, action orientated moments, creating. There's so much that happens in these cycles that sometimes it helps to honor our inner cycles, the way that our bodies are working. So for men or women, the cycles that your body is feeling, um, obviously like your female hormone cycles, and there's so much to our bodies that we don't always know or are aware of. Maybe you are learning how your body feels, learning to say, how does my body feel today? What does my body want to do? And unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you look at it, we live in a world that doesn't always honor cycles. Sometimes it does. I'm not going to, but like the work week, the 9 to 5, the school day, the, whatever. It's like you can't honor your cycle and rest now. Like, oh, now I really need rest. Now I'm feeling my body needs a holiday, whatever. We can't always honor those cycles. However, I'm going to flip the switch and say to you, who told you you can't? Who told you you can't? So, can you find ways to honor those cycles even when the world is not yet caught up? Like the world will hopefully get there one day, but it's up to us to anchor this light and be like, I need to honor where I am at. Imagine everybody honored where they are at, and you will get those people who say, well, then nothing will be done, which is also not true, because that's not how we work as human beings. Because we work a 9 to 5 and we are grinding, not all of us, I'm just saying, like the general population, let's say, which also isn't true, because as I'm saying it, I'm reminding myself with hope that there are thousands, if not more, people, hundreds of thousands, who are waking up to the idea of honoring, slowing down, listening, connecting to spirit, connecting to messaging. Like, that is happening. But the point I'm trying to make is that we do need to anchor that in. We need to say, I'm not going to do what's always been done. the world is changing. It is time for us to slow down and honor the cycles that are within, whether that means being stuck or moving or creating. But the point I was going to make, when people say then nothing will be done, that's not true, because when you honor the cycles, which is something I've been working on as much as I can for as many years as I can, and trying to properly grasp and embody it, is that when I am ready to create, man, can I create quickly. That's the thing. Because when I honor like the rest, and I honor the stuck, and I honor the whatever it is, when I'm ready and I feel rested and I feel like I'm in the right frame of mind, and if everyone was able to honor that, things would be created quicker. Like stuff would be done quick. I think you get what I'm saying. Things would still be done. Okay, and then the last thing I want to mention, which I found very interesting. I listened to it today and I wish I'd saved it. It was somebody else's intuitive message that came through that they posted on Instagram. And it was, do we choose pain? Do we choose this experience of pain and stuck and not moving and feeling discomfort? Do we choose this? And I thought this was such a beautiful message. And I'm going to relay it as much as I can. As a soul, we had lots of choice. But the choices that we had were mostly to do with what we wanted to learn and the joy we wanted to experience. And whenever we are experiencing pain and stuck, and pain, stuck, discomfort, those are the moments that are showing us that we are now diverting ourselves from lessons and joy and love and the things that we do want in our life. And it's honoring that moment and saying, what is this taking me to? Because there is so much. We don't necessarily choose the pain, but we choose the lesson after the pain. We choose the joy after the pain and after the discomfort and after the stuck. So I'm going to ask you in this moment again to just close your eyes and think about a time, whether it's now or past. No, something now. What is making you feel stuck now? What are you sitting with now that you wonder why it's there? And then ask your guides, your angels, the divine. Ask, why am I moving through this? Maybe be open to hearing something that you may not expect or that you already know, and allowing that to anchor into your heart. Just keep that with you. If you need some time after this video to sit again, close your eyes, tap in, ask what am I going through this for? Sometimes it is as simple as the things we learned as kids, like there's a lesson here. There's lots you're going to learn, but sometimes it's different. Sometimes it goes deeper. Sometimes it goes right into your heart where you go, I didn't even know that that was something I wanted to learn. So I'll share quickly before I close off something I've been learning that's coming up for me a lot, and this might resonate for you because I feel I need to share it, is shutting out the noise. I've actually said this for the last few videos, and focusing on what's important to me, and learning to live with the discomfort of other people's judgment, disagreement, misalignment, learning to say, what do I want? What do I need? Where am I going? Focus on me, focus on my higher self. What is important to me? I have to keep moving forward, as uncomfortable as it can be sometimes, especially when we have maybe grown up, which a lot of us have, in systems that we have learned how to be comfortable by agreeing with people, or stepping back, or being what, like, on the surface being what people want us to be. Now it's like, no, you need to be who you want to be, because there's so much more joy, love, beauty, lessons when you tap into that authenticity. And I know that that's a buzzword, authenticity, but it's because we are being called to be more authentic, not in the hashtag sense of the word, like so authentic. Even that might be right, but I'm saying, like, there is authenticity for everyone in this journey of stepping into the new vibration, the new frequency of community, of the world. There is more to it, and we are being asked to step into that version of ourselves, because the more we do it, the more we are likely to find that connection to heart and what we are meant to be doing here. And whatever that is, but we are creating a better world. I think that's everything I was going to say. I feel like I went on a tangent at the end, but I think that was everything I was going to say. So thank you for being here. I hope that you were able to take some sparks of light, and I send you love from my heart to yours, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone.